Rewritten script One Piece Chapter 1158 Preview. What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the very first official hint for Chapter 1158 of One Piece, freshly revealed by the editor of Shonen Jump. Even though we're still in a break week without a new chapter, we always get some kind of mysterious preview, and this time the phrase chosen carries enormous weight. But before we jump in, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support is what makes this channel grow, reach more people, and keeps me motivated to bring you fresh theories and detailed breakdowns. What the preview says. The phrase is short but explosive. Roger and Rox, the era of legendary pirates. Just those few words make it clear that the flashback continues to explore the past, bringing back the two greatest figures who shaped the entire history of piracy in One Piece. Gul D. Roger, the Pirate King, and Rox D. Xebec, the man who dared to openly challenge the world government and gathered monsters under his flag. This simple statement already opens the door to countless interpretations. After all, if the focus is on the era of legendary pirates, then we're witnessing a flashback that doesn't just explain God Valley, but also the formation of the generation that came before Luffy and the Straw Hats. The historical weight of Roger and Rox. We've already had glimpses of this era in previous chapters, like in Chapter 1096, when we saw Roger and Rox arriving at God Valley, and in Chapter 1157, where we discovered that Shakuyaku was actually the treasure of Hashimotsu, the bait that drew pirates into that battlefield. What's fascinating is how Oda seems to be weaving these pieces together while pulling inspiration from real history and mythology. For instance, many fans have pointed out the similarities with the Trojan War, where the abduction of Helen sparked a legendary conflict. Now Shaki may very well be playing that same role, becoming the key that ignited the chaos of God Valley. Path number 1. The kidnapping of Shakuyaku. One possibility is that Chapter 1158 could depict the abduction of Shakuyaku. That would explain why she was referred to as the treasure, and would add a massive layer of drama to the story. Think about it. This wouldn't be the first time Oda uses a woman as the trigger for monumental events. In Wano, Kozuki Hiyori had a decisive role when confronting Orochi. The difference here is that Shakuyaku may have been used as bait or leverage by the world government, or even the Holy Knights. This detail also ties perfectly into Oda's tendency to draw from mythology. Just like Helen was the spark for the Trojan War, Shaki could be the spark for the legendary clash that defined God Valley. Path number 2. The Battle of Roadstar. The other possibility is even more epic, the revelation of the Battle of Roadstar. In Chapter 1096, Roger delivered that cryptic line to Rox. "It's been 1 year. Do you know how I felt all this time?" That strongly suggests that 1 year before God Valley, 39 years ago, something major happened that shaped the era. The leading theory among fans is that this was indeed the Battle of Roadstar, a confrontation that would have set the stage for everything that followed. Showing this battle would be monumental, because it would give context to their rivalry and show how the stage for God Valley was truly built. In many ways, it would be the prologue to the chaos that Oda is preparing to unleash. Rox and Roger, two titans on a collision course. No matter which path Oda chooses, Shakuyaku's abduction or the Roadstar battle, what's clear is that Chapter 1158 will further expand on the rivalry between Rox and Roger. Rox D. Xebec, a radical visionary, unafraid to openly defy the world government while commanding figures like Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom under his flag. Gul D. Roger, the man who inherited the will to explore the world and discover the One Piece, and who would go on to be recognized as the greatest pirate of all time. These two figures are the foundations of everything that came after. Without Rox and Roger, the world we know in Luffy's era simply wouldn't exist. The narrative rhythm. Oda might follow. Another important detail. It's unlikely that Oda will dive straight into God Valley in Chapter 1158. More realistically, he'll probably spend 2 or 3 chapters slowly building tension, showing Roadstar, fleshing out Shakuyaku's role, and carefully setting the stage. before delivering the climax of the God Valley battle. This is very much Oda's style, creating a slow burn so that when the big moment arrives, it hits with full force. What to expect this week? And of course, we can't forget the usual release cycle. On Sunday and Monday, we'll get the first hints. On Tuesday, the initial spoilers will start leaking. On Wednesday, the full summary of the chapter should be available. On Thursday, the unofficial scans will circulate. And on Sunday, the official release drops on Manga Plus. For longtime fans, this weekly rhythm has become almost a ritual, and it's always the point where the hype reaches its peak. Conclusion. To sum it all up, Chapter 1158 promises to expand the legendary pirate era even further, with Roger and Rocks at the center of everything. Whether through the abduction of Shakuyaku or the unveiling of the Battle of Roadstar, one thing is undeniable. We are about to witness one of the most epic arcs in the history of One Piece. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these two directions do you think Oda will take? Will Shakuyaku truly be the key figure, or will we finally see the long-awaited Battle of Roadstar? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because these fan discussions always bring new perspectives. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. That kind of support is essential to keep this channel alive and to keep bringing you quality content. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end, and get ready. This flashback still has a lot more to reveal. See you next time, and take care.